Okay, once the ratings were complete, calculated the risk priority number for each item. So the risk priority numbers range from 1 to 25 potentially, as I mentioned before, because we're multiplying together the likelihood and the impact. Okay. Now, what we did after getting the risk priority numbers was take a look at the dispersion of the risk priority numbers to see if we had clumping. And the clumping can happen either because you have skewing, and skewing typically is overrating the risks, right? Basing the ratings on worst case outcomes. This is the everything is a priority one problem here. That's the skewing problem typically. I mean, you could have skewing the other way too, where people are skewing low, right, and underestimating the risk, but I haven't seen that happen. I've only seen skewing to overestimating the risk. The other way you can get clumping is the scale has poorly defined distinctions, and so people are having difficulty putting things into their proper categories. And so one of the categories is typically going to be phrased most broadly, and everything just kind of ends up falling into that because people read that and go, oh yeah, that sounds right. Okay. So the way you check for this is you take you create a histogram of the risk priority numbers. How many risk items have a particular risk priority number? And what you would like is to see a bell curve, normal distribution. Now you're looking at this, you're probably going, well, why does it stop at 20? Well, we had discussed this in the session. There wasn't any risk item that had a very low impact and a very low likelihood. And we asked, well, is that a problem? Should there actually be such a thing? And we decided, no, that's actually, in this particular case, 20 is going to be the top end of the scale, because there were risk items that had low likelihood and very low impact, or vice versa, resulting in some 20s there, but nothing very low likelihood, very low impact. Okay. So what you'd want is something more centered around the 10, 11, 12 here, and as you can see, instead what we have is a big clump here, right? Obviously, some of these are not possible outcomes, so it's never going to be perfectly bell-like. There aren't any two numbers between 1 and 5 that multiplied together are going to give you 11.